Let's not forget the voluntary exposure to endless infectious diseases posing a risk to their life and well-being. And even more terrifying, bed bugs.
Clever girl.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. For those that don't know me, my name's Josh Korzan and I'm a fourth year medical student in Chicago. And today's video is brought to you by internet trolls. So I was responding to some of the comments in my video why you shouldn't leave against medical advice, and generally the overwhelming majority of the comments in my videos are pretty positive and supportive, but that was not the case in this particular video. And I have to tip my hat to the YouTube algorithm because it appears to be that this video got pushed to the exact population that probably needed to hear that message, i.e. folks that have either left AMA or, judging by some of the comments, those that more than likely have a pattern of leaving AMA. Now, needing to hear that message and doing something productive with it are two different things. Again, judging by the comments, it looks like my argument was unsurprisingly insufficient in motivating any meaningful change, at least for those that were trolling. And reading through the comments, I noticed a pattern. It seemed like these people were placing a lot of blame on healthcare workers, but particularly nurses. I'd be willing to bet my non-existent paycheck that there's not an overabundance of reading happening with these folks, but I'd be willing to bet 2 paychecks that they haven't read Jocko Willink's Extreme Ownership. But several comments were really bashing nurses, talking a lot of trash, putting the blame on them for being rude, inattentive, salty, a whole host of things. And will you have people like that from time to time? Sure, you will in every profession. But the overwhelming majority of nurses are absolutely amazing, empathetic, caring, and incredibly hardworking. So I wanted to make this video to stick up for nurses. Last thing before we dive in, I want to give a shout out to the CNAs out there. For those that don't know, I worked as a CNA in the ICU and emergency department before med school, and many of these points apply to you as well. So just know that you are also very much appreciated. All right, without any further ado, let's get into it. Here are my 5 reasons for why nurses are the greatest of all time, or the GOAT in medicine. Let's go. Number 1. Nurses are the grunts of medicine, and I absolutely mean this in a good way. I was a grunt in the Marine Corps. What I mean by this is that nurses are the boots on the ground, the ones in the trenches doing the hard, grueling work that most people either can't or won't do. They are the front line, the first ones in the room, and the first line of defense between the patient and the graveyard. Pretty great when you think about it like that, right? Stemming from that first point, there are several aspects of nursing that honestly, most people wouldn't even want to do, but it's an incredibly important job. Someone has to do it, and they do it heroically. So for number 2, Mike Rowe would be proud because being a nurse is a dirty job. It's a full frontal assault on the senses and not for those with a weak stomach or sensitive nose. Nurses are exposed to just about every fluid and solid that the human body has to offer, and it's not uncommon for them to be wearing it at one point or another. A couple examples. C. diff and GI bleeds are particularly, we'll say, aromatic, pungent, spicy. In the event of a mess, the nurses and CNAs are the ones charged with cleanup. And let's not forget the voluntary exposure to endless infectious diseases posing a risk to their life and well-being. And even more terrifying, bed bugs.
God, please, no! 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 No!
Number 3, nurses are some of the hardest workers that you will ever meet. They go non-stop. They are constantly evaluating patients, treating them, administering meds, fielding questions and concerns, dealing with family members, and communicating with multiple members of the healthcare team, spanning a wide variety of titles and specialties. They often go without any significant breaks or meals, and it's not uncommon to blink and realize that you haven't had a sip of water for the last 8 hours. If you see a nurse sitting down, they're probably still working, charting, managing orders, reviewing results, or communicating with the team. And if you see them on their phone, decent chance it's a work phone. Or maybe you just happen to catch them basking in the glory of that 5-minute break that they've been dying for over that 12-hour shift. And if you happen to catch them chatting with coworkers or laughing about, that shit is needed. Healthcare can be a beautiful thing, but it's also filled with tragedy, pain, and despair. Of course, there's a time and place for it, but keeping things light from time to time is a healthy way to cope and maintain sanity. Number 4, nobody knows the patient better. Out of everyone on the healthcare team, nurses spend the most time with patients. They are the ears to the ground and finger on the pulse. They are acutely aware of any changes in a patient's status, and they may pick up on subtle details or shifts that no one else will. When things go wrong, they are generally the first to know. Number 5, nurses are experts at what they do. Aside from the points that we already hit, assessment, monitoring, communication, managing social and emotional aspects, nurses have incredible technical skills. Placing IVs. They're so good at this, they could probably do it with their eyes closed. Medications. They know these like the back of their hand. Dosing, weight adjustments, administration, and effects. And they're also very good at quality checking orders, raising questions if they think there was a mistake or if they think there's a better option. Other things such as wound care, general medical knowledge, ACLS or advanced cardiovascular life support, documentation, managing and troubleshooting a wide variety of highly complex medical equipment. I could go on. Specific skill sets will vary by department and specialty, but they are very good at what they do. All right, those are my 5 reasons for why nurses are goated in medicine, and I realize that 5 falls far short of the many deserving reasons. So I want to ask you guys to comment below with at least one reason for why you think nurses are so amazing. It'd be really nice to make a collection of these comments so any nurses watching this video can scroll through and see the appreciation that we all have for them. To any internet trolls that we may have among us, kick rocks. To any nurses watching this video, feel free to comment down below if you think that I got something wrong or if I missed something that you think I should have covered. And lastly, for all you nurses out there, thank you for what you do. You are the best. The GOAT. And I'm incredibly thankful to work alongside you. All right, that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. If you got something out of this, please feel free to drop a comment down below and let me know what you thought. I do respond to all of the comments. Subscribe to the channel to stay tuned for future videos. Thanks again, and I'll see you in the next one.